Fountain, it's great to be here. I certainly want to recognize some of the folks that Ron has already mentioned and tell you a little bit about the planning behind this park. But certainly want to recognize two folks that were big advocates to making this happen and have been serving on City Council with distinction. Certainly Don Redmond, whose district is right across the bridge, and of course Warren Jones. Both of them take a great deal of interest in this part of town, and they were supporters of doing this, and I appreciate that. And I do want to recognize the contractors and the designers, particularly Nicholas Musa. Nicholas was a leader on this project on the design side. You may know him from his father, Sam Musa. But Nick is a nice combination of his father's smarts and determination and his mother's people skills. He's the next generation is even better. But we appreciate Nick, and of course our contractor, AC General, who I've had the joy of watching build this renovation. I want to also recognize, and we'll introduce later, Taylor Hardwick, who is really the master behind this vision. He really spent a lot of time with me personally and my staff sharing with us the importance of this iconic landmark and the necessity of restoring it to its original beauty. And I appreciate that vision and passion that he's had. It was about 18 months ago that we gathered together as a community in Schneider Memorial. I was basically laying out our plans for how I would spend the next 18 months in office. And the theme of the message was pretty simple. We are in a terrible, terrible recession, but we need to start planning now for how we're going to pull out of the recession and how we're going to make sure Jacksonville does better than most cities in a post-recession environment. And what I recommended the community at that time was that we make some strategic investments. And yes, we're in a terrible climate, and dollars are short. I think people's capacity for wanting to invest is limited. But what I said was this: our downtown has enormous potential, not only as a part of our business model, because it is key to our revenue. It has been a primary generator for revenue for many, many years, but has been waning. Our vacancy rate in the city of Jacksonville is the third highest in the country. We are watching cities across America turn the corner in revitalization. And I always pointed to Charlotte and Asheville and Nashville and Greenville and Norfolk. We've watched cities make that turn, and we had not made the turn. And it was critically important that we make some strategic investments so that when the economy does come back, we are well positioned to grow the tax base in the place that is smartest for our business model. And the reason downtown is smart is because the infrastructure is already here. And it's the area of town that's designed for density. So as our population doubles in the next 30 or 40 years, we grow smartly, we grow strategically. The challenge is, it's very hard to persuade anyone in the business community or anyone in the development community to invest in an area when the city itself is not showing its own commitment. And we have fallen behind in many ways, maintaining public space. So the message of the day 18 months ago was, look, we have to provide the leadership, we have to set the example, and we need to make strategic investments. This fountain has not worked as long as I've been in office for 8 years, yet it is one of the most iconic landmark destinations in our downtown. This is the shot. This is the 50-yard line of our city. This is where all the news crews set up during Super Bowl with a fountain that didn't work because of the view of our downtown. We also talked about the South Bank Riverwalk and the fact that it had become in such disrepair. In fact, Councilman Redmond broke his leg right before the vote. I don't think it was strategic, but he broke it on the Riverwalk. I mean, the thing is in terrible repair. So we talked about replacing the South Bank Riverwalk, refurbishing the fountain, making adjustments to Met Park, getting Laura Street finished as the most walkable street in Jacksonville, and using these opportunities to really show leadership and strategic investment so that when the economy does turn around, we have a place where people want to invest and want to be a part of. This is an important day for these series of projects. And I think all of these projects come together to build a case that we have a wonderful place called Downtown Jacksonville that can be a phenomenal destination for folks to work, live, enjoy entertainment, culture, and sporting events. So I am extraordinarily proud to be here. For those of you who have not seen this fountain, it is amazing. It is beautiful, and if you really want the treat of a lifetime, come here at night. it is worth a trip. We came down last week. We had a trial run. They were programming the fountains. These fountains move to light and music at night, and it is a moving, dramatic experience, and you're going to love it when you come see it. And I think 4th of July will be a wonderful time to come together as we celebrate fireworks and the fountain that is all new and refurbished. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this story. Thank you for believing in downtown and believing in investment. And we look forward to many, many years of enjoyment here as this fountain now is back to its original grand glory, the vision that Taylor Hardwick brought to us many, many years ago. At this point, it's my privilege to introduce some of the partners I've had that supported us along the way on the